Ranjan dot content provider demo. And in the default, you can throw an exception. Throw new illegal argument exception, unsupported URI. This is the part of registration of content provider inside the Android system based on vendor. Register content provider using vendor. So that will be get type method. We are done. We are not going to implement the delete and other things. These are the three things which we have implemented. So let's recap the things what we have done it in till part right now. Starting the story from the very beginning. So we have created a class by the name of my data provider and which we have linked with the content provider. Some objects we have created database helper SQLite DB to create the execute the SQL queries. Hash map we have created because of we want to store the value or perform the operation with the name and key. After that we have created two variables by the name of students ID and students where I wish to get the record by the name of ID by the name of without the ID. Moving further, we are going to define my content provider URL. So that is going to be like this way. Whatever the name of URL you wish to keep it, you can keep it. Then bind with content and the last whatever students. If you want to discard, you can discard also. But the content is going to be added 100% sure. Moving down, we are going to create URI matcher that is going to match the URI as per the request. So there are a possibility of two. Either it is going to search all the records or it is going to search by specific some records. So students can be there or students with some ID can be there. Going down on create method, I am going to create object of all the classes. So DB helper, which was a database I created, open the database mode and return accordingly. Once the create part done, we are going to work with the cursor to return the data which is inside my database. So for that, I have taken the help of SQLite query builder class where we have set the table based on the URI which is coming. So if the URI is first, we are going to give complete data. And if URI is second, we are going to give the only that element which is required based on the ID. Same way, we are going to make my cursor and on the cursor, we are going to run the particular operation. Whatever the data, I'm going to update it. I have to make the inform my cursor content provider that job has been completed. So everywhere you will see the notification part. Next part, we are going to work with the get type. That will be the to do the registration of your content provider inside the Android system. So if it is 0 or if it is the first one, it will be going to register like this way. If it is second one, it is going to be registered by like this way. This is a fixed which you can't change it. Then we have done the insertion part. So values which we are receiving from the insertion as the content values. Long row ID, we are going to get the ID if the database is going to insert the record. If things are matches, then fine. Otherwise, we are going to give the exceptions over here. Get context dot get content resolver notify change. We are going to do it here. We are going to again notify the things are going to work it accordingly. Rest we are going to face the exceptions, like we are able to fail to add the new record accordingly. So I mean to say this is the operations which we have completed, but the last part which we have to do, we have to export. We have to export my content provider to make it available for other activities. So another application, if they wish to connect it, or if my application still wish to connect, this thing is important. So we need to register inside Android manifest, and how we can register it. So get the name of the provider, whatever the name of provider is that, it's going to be com.prashantranjan, whatever the name you have defined, you have to keep the same name. So the next part which we are going to do, add information of content provider inside Android manifest .xml. So other application can also use this database to perform operation. So we have to just make in some entry inside the Android manifest. So you go for manifest because it is an Android component. So all the Android component have must define declaration inside the manifest part. Coming down below to activity, I'll be defining here by the name of provider. Authorities, yeah. Authorities is going to be whatever the name of your whatever the name you have defined for the provider name. So I'm not sure.
Hello, Prashant.
Yeah. Yes, please. Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know where it's gone. Okay, so we have to do the registration in Android manifest. If you don't do this one operation, your content provider will be created, but no other application, even itself, it not able to communicate. So this is important. So as you have created the services, so you have defined the services information inside the manifest. We are working with an activity. We have provided information of the activity inside it. Same way we are working with the content provider. We have to provide the information. So one is authorities. Another one is the name. So authorities will be the name of whatever you have defined. So just copy the name of provider, whatever you have given the link, same one we have to copy. Put it inside it. Sorry, in authorities part. And the name will be having the class of data provider. One more property which we have to define, export it, that can be true. If you are also going to work with a multi-process, so it's going to be multi-process. Through this way, we can register inside the particular stuff.
Hello, Prashant. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Sorry, I had network issues.
No
So I
problem.
was saying that can you help us put the entire class, the content provider class, into the Google Doc?
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay. I'm not going to write the import statement.
Okay, hello, Prashant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question on
Yes,
the
please.
get type override method.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you said that the return strings, return statements, they are fixed. Could
Mm-hmm.
you give us small light on what they mean? The vnd.android.cursor.dir. Could you explain or and maybe tell us where like I noticed the statement after the slash, the vnd.prashantranjan.content provider demo. It
Mm-hmm.
looks like a breakdown from a an extraction from the package name. I just need more
Okay.
clarification on what that
Okay.
statement means.
No problem. So it's okay. Let me give you one other definition regarding that. Do you know about the MIME type? MIME type? Like
Yes, yes.
in the web application, we write it text, text and CSS, text slash JavaScript. So this is like MIME type of your content provider. So it is fixed, like this is cursor.dir. It means you are going to work with a content provider where this package is, where this particular content provider URL is attached. So it is nothing, it's just an MIME type of a content provider style. And MIME is always fixed. Where the data can be textual, that can be HTML content. I mean to say, we can also write it like this way: text hyphen HTML, text hyphen CSS, text uh, text is going to be JavaScript, and so on. So I mean to say the data which you are making entry inside, that will be textual, but it is going to act like as a JavaScript. So same story here we are doing with the content provider, that it is going to be a content provider registration. This is a Android cursor.dir or Android cursor.item, but the content provider which is linked, that is, this is the content provider which is linked, like Vin.Shant content provider name demo. So normally we prefer to keep the name of package. You are allowed to write it anything else, but it's better that to keep your the name of package that's going to be match it. If I wish to define something different, it will be get registered by the same name. So we are going to do the registration part. You can see that the name of content provider and the name of here is different. Here the content provider name is com dot, but here we are not using com dot because we just want to keep the registration of that. If you wish to keep the name of as per the complete content provider, you can do it. But it is MIME type of your content provider.
Okay, all right. I think I understand now. Thank you, Prashant.
Okay, welcome. So I have pasted the code here. You can check it out, all the code. We are going, then, oh, wow, there's some still left. The next part is that we will be calling, and we will try to run the application using main activity. So from main activity, we will be doing the interaction. So the last part which we have done it, we have added the provider part. We have done the registration of that, and we are going to do that one thing. So the next part we are going to talk with main activity. So working with main activity, we are going to perform the operation, how you can read it. So we'll see about that, how we can interact with main activity. So to do this main activity job, we have to design, because only one field I'm going to work it. So just take a one text field or one plain text and doing the operation with that. So very basic stuff we will be doing here. That will give you an idea about working with that. 32. Having a plain text. And have a 2 buttons only. And let's see, right now we will be not directly talking with the database. Instead of that, we will be talking with my content providers. So please enter name. Going back, 2 buttons I'll be keeping here. Button 1, button 2. One is to save the data, another one is to view data. Save data, view data. Let's do the linking of these things. We'll do it here. So we'll have a one name ed, and this button we are going to do with the save data and the view data. So let's go for the code part. We'll have edit text, sorry, not edit text, design, split it, save data. Let's try going to have it on click save data. Same way I'll be doing here for the view data. Linking is must, so we'll require here edit text. How we can save the data, we are going to look at here. How we are going to save, or we are going to retrieve. Kindly complete this process till here. Done the activity part, please confirm. So we'll see how we can do with the main activity and interacting with the main activity. The things will be changed now. So what are the changes will be done? The first of all, will the change will be happen with URL. So let me have the URL. So remember that what the URL you have created the URL by the name of content, provider name, and so on. So it's going to be like this way. And before that, we will be adding content. Then in the last, I'll be adding students. You require URI. So I'll be defining here as a content URI because it's a content provider URI is equals to URI dot match, URI dot parse the URL which I'm passing. Now we are going to save the data. So let's do the saving the data. Create a content values object. Values, new content values. Values dot put key was name, name, and then we are going to store the value. So value is going to be name ed dot get text dot toString. To do the insertion, I'll be writing here URI insert URI is equals to get content resolver dot insert content. What was the URL? It was content provider URI, and the data is going to be values. Make a toast for the confirmation that whether it has been done or not. So let's have a status here. Set URI. Same way, to retrieving the data, I'll be using here cursor get content resolver, content resolver dot query the content URI, then what are the column you're expecting. So we have only two column, ID and name, so you have to pass it ID and name. So we require ID, we require name. Rest of information you can pass selection orders null and sorting order is also null. To retrieve the information, while cursor dot move to next, string name value is equals to cursor dot get string cursor dot get column index or throw, where we can define name. Log dot d content provider value, there can be name value. That's it. That's it. All the implementation. You can see we have not written the name of database. Neither we have written the part of anything. We are just going to call it based on the content provider. Let me add this one thing on the main activity. Implementation of content provider with a main activity. This is a whole main activity. I have pasted it. So the basic operation, I'm not gonna do it again, because the basic operation, you know, that creating button, attaching it. Try this thing. Let's see whether it works or not. Check it out. I'm also checking with mine. Not sure. Okay. Content provider came here. Let me delete. Let's see whether it's going to be work or not. I'm going to add the data. Prashant Ranjan, content provider. Save data. So student data has been saved. One student has been added. Let me go for another one, Tejas. One more time, save data. You can see everything is going to be as a format of that one. Let's view the data. So the two data will be I'm expecting, and both data is coming. Prashant Ranjan and another one is Tejas. So it's working for me. You guys can try and confirm me whether it's working or not for you.
Another question. Please,
Yeah.
could you move up a bit to show the declaration of your URI?
I've already shared everything on that part. So you can take from Google Doc also.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
So I hope it is working. There is a one exercise related to that. Do one thing. Uh, this is an exercise which you can do it. You can create a new project, and in that project, try to store the data from there and retrieve to the data from there. And let's see whether it works or not. If it works, our job of content provider is completed. So that you have to complete on the weekend. Also, you have to also implement delete part and update part of the content provider. So in the content provider, it's a little bit lengthy, no doubt, but it is very interesting because you are going to use one database and that is going to be shared between numbers of applications based on content provider URI. And what is the process to do that one thing? We have just seen all the things. Okay, guys. Any question you can let me know related to this content provider. Till that, let me recap the things what we have done. I have received 4 updates like it's working. Let's see about the things. What are the things which we have done it? So in the content provider, first thing which we have implemented the database where we are trying to store the data inside some database. But the communication is not directly, it is via content provider. So using this database, I'm gonna create a content provider. So to do this operation, I have taken a class by the name of my data provider, and that I have linked with content provider class. As I did it here, I get the list of methods which need to be implemented. The first thing which I did it here, I created some global object of database helper. That was the class of database. Second was the SQLite database DB, which was the object to write the execute query. Then I created the hash map. Based on that, you will be able to put the data on the key pair value. 2 variables based on the students and student ID that I'll be using in the further one to making the matching the URI. Then I define my content provider URL. So that is completely depend upon you, whatever you wish to do it. But yes, it has been suggested, it suggested that make sure that to define the name of content provider as per the name of package. But there is no any hard and fast rule for that. I have given the picture of content provider. We are using content prefix. Going down, I'm creating the URI match because all the operation will be done based on the URI. So which URI is reaching to us, what the decision you have to make it, that is the URI matcher. Where I have defined 3 properties, one without match, second one with the students, which is going to be first one, second one, and the third one is going to be the student ID, which is a second variable. So it's a 1 and 2 second conditions we have made it out. In on create part, we have created the database object. We have opened the database mode and we have returned accordingly. Going down, we have created the cursor where we are going to return the data from the table. So based on the URI, we are going to return the data by using cursor object. Every time when you are performing any operation with your content provider, you have to set the notification, or we can say it is going to inform your content provider that data has been changed. Get type is going to define the registration, or you can say MIME type of your content provider. Going down, insertion operation where I'm going to insert the data based on content values, and so on. We are going to generate the exceptions. So this is a process we have done it. Once we have completed the part, we gone for Android manifest, and there I have added the provider tag, which is keeping the information regarding your student provider. The provider, which is going to a content provider. Same way we have called from the main activity using the content provider URL, and we are saving the data and we are retrieving the data. Any questions related to that, you can let me know, or we'll meet on Monday. Some exercise I'll be providing you.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question. So this exercise, my view data wasn't working. It was making the application crash. So I don't know whether I could share my screen.
Let me check it. Let me check. No problem.
All right. So I'm sharing my screen now. Okay. So please let me know when you can see my screen.
I can see. It's saying that I cannot execute. Please scroll a little bit down.
Okay, this is the last.
Okay. Let me check if I can do something. Okay, let it keep it as it is. So it's saying that on-click listener is not going to be executed. String query builder, content provider, no Java, no such stuffs. Invalid column ID. Okay. Go for your content provider.
Okay, that's my data provider line 78. That's where. Let's see. So that's it here.
No. Invalid column where we are using. Go for your DB helper class.
Okay, DB helper.
Sorry, not the DB main activity. Sorry, main activity.
All right.
So you have a string ID name in which you are going to get a string cut cursor or string name over there. Fine. Cursor dot. Go for DB helper once, please.
Okay.
Name is going to be textual Oh, it looks fine. Provider. Now please go for your content provider. Okay. This looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine. Try to save whether you are getting message to get it the data saved.
Yeah, on save. Okay, let me run it and then try and
Yeah.
save another. Okay, so let me type another name. So if I click save data, the toast comes up.
Student is going to be there. Yeah. Click on view data now. Means data is getting saved.
So if I
View
click
data.
data, then
It's
the
crashed.
application
Okay. Go
crashes.
for it. Yeah. So what we are doing in the view data part, it is going to be say that invalid column ID. Why this invalid column ID? Invalid column ID. Have you used ID column? Yeah, I think so. Go for DB helper once.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you should uninstall the app and install it again, like from your emulator. Uninstall it, then install it, then try the process again. Did you
Try
run
it.
it before? Yeah. But let Prashant see what he wants to do. If that doesn't work, then you can now do this uninstall and install.
No, you can try because yeah, here is something you can try to uninstall and install. Try to do this one.
So let me uninstall it then. The content provider. So I've uninstalled it. So let me try and run it again. Yeah. Okay. I've saved one.
Okay. Click on view.
Okay. Click on view.
Press again. Okay. Let's show the code, please. So code issue. Same error.
Yes, similar. Invalid column ID.
Okay. No problem. This problem is coming from my data provider. Could be. Okay. Show me the data provider part first of all.
This is the data provider part.
Let me take the request of your machine.
Okay. Do you have control now?
Okay.
Okay.
Code looks fine. There's no any error. Projection map is also fine. ID is also part is mentioned fine. Coming to this part. Content resolver, content provider. New string ID and the name. Can you open the emulator? Run the application. Click on the view data. Wow.
Still crashing. Saying invalid column name now. Yes.
Invalid column name. So is my database is not going to be created? So where the data is going to be saved in that case? Create table, table name, ID integer, increment name text, table query.
Bashan, the spaces between the query builder append where when you put in ID, are we supposed to put in space or is
No, that's not a big issue. I'm just checking because sometimes because of a SQL, it can create an issue, but that's just I'm just going to check it out. Cursor dot set notification get URL. Cursor is actually coming nil, so the code looks fine. Why this error is coming? Can you uninstall application and run once?
okay?
If it is not working, you can send me the code. I'll be checking on that. What is the problem? Because I'm not sure what is the issue. Okay, so I can share with me Google Drive or somewhere somehow, so I can review what is the problem, what is there. But because from here I can't see, is there any problem related to their code? This looks fine. Create table, table name, ID, integer. It looks fine.
Invalid column name.
Invalid column name. Okay, no problem. You can share me the stuff so I can check it out. What is the problem? Because
Okay.
it looks fine, but could be some issue of something like that. I need to check it. I can't be sure.
All right. So how do I share on the
You
source?
can share Google Drive. If you're using Google
Okay.
Drive, you can share.
All right.
Okay,
all
let
right.
me see your main activity. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay, see how we are viewing it. The cursor.
Yeah.
Or is that what Prashant changed? It's meant to be ID and name.
No,
Yeah.
that's just I have changed it. You can
Okay.
keep it, but it's not working. It's not taking the ID and name column.
Let me try it again.
All right, no problem.
It's not working.
I'm saying I
Hello? Yeah, what's up?
approach by source All right, Prashant, I'll share my source on Google Drive. So
Okay, no problem.
thank you.
Welcome. So that's a long class today. Okay, guys. So I'll be putting one exercise, which you can refer it. For this show, I'll be checking the things, but let me put the one exercise. In that exercise, what you have to do it. There are two things which you need to complete. The first thing is that create another application, retrieve and store value. Second thing, implement, delete and update method of content provider. So these two things you need to update, and we can go ahead for this one thing. Any question, guys? You can let me know, or we can bind the session for this week. Any questions? You can let me know.
Hello, Prashant.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe my own issue is different from Okuizum. If I click a save button, it doesn't it close the app.
Show me.
Okay, let me reload it.
Show me your manifest.xml file.
Okay.
Where is the provider tag? You have not added the provider tag. You have not given the information regarding your content provider. Before that, I think. Yep, 11th column.
This way I'll put it.
So you have to change first of all authorities according to yours, whatever the name of your authorities you have set it there. So you have to define according to that, and name of the class you will be course you. Is it same? You do have like open your my DB helper my data provider class.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay, try to run. And one manifest is showing some error. Check it out. You have to keep after the activity tag. You have kept inside the activity tag. You have to kept it after the activity tag.
Okay.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You just close the activity. Now paste it. Okay. It's working. Show me the code. Show me the stuff. Uh, Show me the logcat. Create table is having error. Go for the create table code. Might go open DB helper. Open DB helper class. Student table name. You have given not any name of the table, my dear. Give the name of the table. Line number 12. Go for equals to line number 12. String table name is equals to. Give the name of table. Students. Student, or you can give student. Try it now.
Okay, it works. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, guys, we will meet on Monday and then we will be discussing about if any error is there, because I have another session to start in next 2 minutes. So we will be meeting on Monday and we'll discuss about the rest of the things. Till that, any question you can keep.